A great big welcome to September. Who can believe the year is going so quickly? And I hope everyone's well. Um, Tarot, as usual, something a little bit different this time, as I try and make it a little bit more interesting, bring a bit of variety in, and I really hope, apart from getting readings, you're learning a little bit about something that I feel incredibly passionate about. So I'm just going to do a reading for all of September to start with. And as opposed to everybody choosing cards for this particular one, take what you want from the different readings. To start with, Thoth cards. And, the sort of the dimension and the imagery to Thoth is quite complex. So you might find from a general reading, these are slightly different. So I hope you enjoy. And we start off here, if you can see, with the Two of Swords. And at the bottom, it says peace, which is not something that you always associate when you have a tarot reading with the Two of Swords. But if you can see with the cross swords, they have the lovely blue flower, which is from the Kabbalah, the flower of peace. And what it's saying to you, that if there's been some difficult times, some strife, maybe a bit of conflict, that's going to pass. You're going to have that peace. But the balance that you achieve from that is only temporary unless you do something about it. And it's very much the same with always with tarot. Part of the initiative is for you to progress, for you to do things. So it's a really positive card. So make sure that the balance and the peace that you've achieved after any difficulties, you make the best of that situation. So, you've had the relief from the tension, the awkwardness. So go forward in a really positive and probably quite a dynamic way, because you've got the strength of the swords behind you. So I hope you found that a little bit interesting. And then we're going to move on to what comes across as suddenly a really hot, vibrant card. Here, can you see? Ace of Wands. Now, the Ace of Wands, traditional meanings are fine, but you find here that what Aleister Crowley was saying with these particular Thoth cards is that fate holds opportunities. So it's the whole point of this card, it's making you recognize that you need to start achieving some goals. You need to do something. And, Wands very much about fire. So absolutely put that real fire in your belly, move forward and have that energy around it. So it's time for self-reflection and realization, in that waking up, really knowing what you're doing. So new beginnings with impulse and passion, really feel dynamic and energetic about what you're going to do. And use that power of the fire to move forward. Don't hide in the shadows. Use that real power to sort of embrace things. And here we have the moon. Oh, the moon has so many, many different meanings. But with these particular cards, and I don't know, you could just, if you're not familiar with Thoth, the imagery is so detailed that you could spend hours on an individual card. But this is almost like opportunity to acquire. A very strange statement, but it's, don't work on illusion, work on what you know. Because sometimes our perceptions of things that are frightening create that reality for us, and probably they're not. So say to yourself, how splendid is the adventure for moving forward? Again, grasp it, make the changes yourself, be voluntary about it, and move away from anything that's fear-based. Change your perceptions on things, know that everything can be exciting and dynamic, and trust the universe. Place that trust, because the moon creates that illusion for us where we feel nervous, or we feel stressed, or we feel that we can't deal with things. So go forward, and go forward in an incredibly positive way. So that is really the overall grasp of September. So it's have that balance, have that fire in your belly, and move forward. So what I'd like to do now is to let you choose some cards, and these are from the Gaia set. They're called Gaia Tarot, but again, they're not traditional tarot. But the imagery, we're very much on imagery at the moment, aren't we? So here we are. Can you see 1, 2, or 3? So close your eyes and choose a number. And these are a little slightly more esoteric about some of the advice. So number 1, I don't know if you can see this very well. I hope so, because the writing is quite dark here. The word is faith. And such calm, unusual, so different from the Thoth cards. What this card is saying to you, have self-belief, trust in yourself. And that self-belief, that confidence is going to get you through any challenges that may arise. And, you know, the challenges can come from all directions, because, you know, I read tremendous amount of tarot privately for people, and everyone is going through their own very, very personal journey at the moment. And, you know, just believe you're enough. You know, you're not alone. You know, there's plenty of support. The universe has your back. But, you know, don't be lonely. You know that everything that about you is good, is positive. And delight in compliments. How often when somebody says something nice, we say, oh, this old thing. And, you know, really, you just don't know how to respond. But delight in them. But most importantly, set some goals and achieve them. Work towards them. Have a plan. So if you chose number 2, let me just move this. I think you might be getting a tiny bit of reflection here. So number 2, again, fabulous imagery. And it's about a journey. Well, very similar to some of the things that we've had before. And very much your character is shaped by your past, the things that you've experienced, you know, the memories, the things that we hold on to. So if that's the case, why not choose quality experiences? The things that you do, really do what you want. Don't gloss over it, because these are going to be your memories in the future. So learn from that journey that you've been on, and the future is yours to create. And I think that's it's such a lovely message. You know, whatever it is, create it. Maybe change your lifestyle. Maybe make some real life-changing decisions. Or maybe just paint the bathroom wall. But whatever it is, create those memories. And number 3 is wisdom. Well, what's wisdom? It's a really big question, that, isn't it? Knowledge does not make you wise. Just because you're a bookworm and you've or even watched the History Channel, have all those sort of ideas, doesn't make you streetwise, doesn't give you common sense. So start to apply common sense to situations. Don't be crushed by people. You have unlimited potential. Grasp it, take it forward. You know that phrase, the world is your oyster. Absolutely go for it. You know, it's not too dissimilar to the previous card. You know, create the best future that you absolutely can. Fantastic. But always consider the consequences of your actions and your thoughts, your belief structure. If you close yourself off, that impacts your mind. If you do things, it can be detrimental. So open yourself up and go forward in an immensely positive way, and enjoy your journey. Like I said, very esoteric at the moment, and I think it's time for change. Absolutely time for change with everybody. And I just thought I would just do some more cards, but a little bit from a general relationship perspective. So again, I'm going to give you the cards rather than choosing the numbers, and take what you can from them, because with my readings, I've experienced people having all sorts of relations, not just in partnership relationships, but friendship, work relationships, having to deal with things coming from the past. So the breadth around a relationship question is huge. And we start off, and I'm using Rider-Waite this time. I like to do a bit of variety. Temperance. Oh, we're getting nice and dark now. So we can really just sort of just float and relax into some of the subtler meanings of tarot. So this is saying about harmony and peace in relationships. A balance of love and respect, be for you with someone else, or someone else showing for you, which is always so very important. So whatever issues may have happened, whatever difficulties, whatever challenge, if you've been holding back, don't hold back, because it's going to be resolved. So have that trust, have that faith, and go forward in a really, immensely positive way. And then as I always say, my absolute favorite card, the Fool, the naughty, naughty, adventurous, courageous Fool. So a bit of spontaneity, a bit of excitement in relationships. Let's just suddenly do something. Let's have that vibrancy, that passion within it. It's an impulsive card. It's like, oh yeah, courageous, let's go and do it. So in romances, a bit carefree, but a lack of commitment. So it's stay on the fun side. Don't try and force things, because they're not going to come. But you'll certainly have some fun in the process. And then the Ace of Swords, strong and powerful. So you maybe had some relationship challenges. Swords, double-edged sword, always, difficulty. But whatever it is, get to the truth. The truth is really important. So cut through the noise, cut through the fog, cut through the difficulties, and get to the heart of the matter. That's what's really, really important for you at the moment. And you know what? Really understand, be objective before making a decision, especially a rash decision. Speaking up is important. Speak your truth, but be authentic, be true to you. So communication, first and foremost, cut through the fog and see the truth and the heart of the matter. So some really, really interesting cards. And something a little bit different to finish off with. For those of you that know me, I have a steampunk character called Countess Endora. And maybe next month, we'll sort of embrace Halloween or even steampunk. So to close, normally we sort of start with a meditation and a card, but we're going to finish here with a star from the steampunk cards. And they're quite different imagery. It's really good. So why would you meditate with the star? This card takes you to a real deep soul connection. It's a roadmap to your own personal regrowth, your own personal journey. So it's renewed hope. Perhaps many things have got you down, made you feel in a difficult space. Just take that time to just reflect with this card about yourself. What's going to be part of your growth? How are you going to develop? Be it creatively, something different, or just relaxing with a book, taking time for yourself. What really is going to make a difference to you, not what everybody else is doing, to you. And I want you to realize that this card gives you immense blessings from the universe. We always say, wish upon a star, but don't be frightened to dream. So meditate and think about your connection to the universe. Ensure that you're grounded. and you can help you to focus on what you really do want. And remember, the cards that we've had so far are very much about a journey, embracing them and going forward. So I'm going to leave you with that now. And I'm just going to wish you an absolutely amazing month. And I really look forward to seeing you again in October. So thank you from me. And behind the scenes helping me is the wonderful Rachel, who you never get to see, but she's techno whiz and absolutely fantastic. And maybe we'll do a joint one next month, and that'll be lots of fun. So giving love and blessings to you all.